you recording?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I don't forget how to do this. Put the door in place like this. First thing to do is remove this piece of trim right here. Little triangle piece, you pry from the top. Comes out like that. The next thing you do is you remove this door handle thing. There's one screw in behind the little latch there. That comes out. Then, one screw there. There's a plug goes there. Screw here.
Just a minute. I'm not getting it all because I'm not maybe in the right spot. To get the bottom of the door, I have to be back this far.
Is it zoomed in?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
If you go, I just missed that whole part, but anyway.
Okay, we'll start over. So, start by removing this piece of trim here. It comes off, you pry it from the top. It comes off easy. And there's a connector there, there's a speaker. And then remove a plug here, there's a screw down here. Remove this door catch thing. There's a screw in the middle there.
Your arm's in the way.
Pull the latch out and
Okay.
remove that screw. And then you got there's two door trim screws, and then you use door trim tool to yank out all the clips, which are all back here. I don't know, there's like 8 of them or so. Then you remove 1, 2, 3, 4 connectors from the back of this. And then you have to put it back on later. Then what you do is you pull down these 2 little plugs here, and so you can see it here. You put the door back on this connector, reconnect this connector, and bring the window down so you can see the 2 bolts in here. You can see them there? You can see the 2 bolts in there. You remove that. You don't remove them. You just loosen them with a 10mm socket. And then they grab. There's some rubber in there that grabs the window. It sticks to the window. You got to wiggle it to loosen it. Then you lift the window up and tape it here, so it's out of the way. And then take this back off and get rid of that door trim. Then you got to, next step is to remove this from in here. And that comes out by loosening this bolt in here. There's a plug in there. You pull that plug out. Loosen that bolt. There's a little catch in there so the bolt doesn't fall out. And you pry gently and this comes out. And once that's out, then this has to come out. Put this in there like that. Like that. And it comes out by pulling it back and out like that. And then once these 2 are out, then you loosen this bolt screw. It doesn't have to come right out, just loosen it. Okay. That was the one thing I forgot to do. And so, then you remove all of these screws here, 8 of them. That hold this door, they call it the door module. And you remove 3 screws here for the door latch. And then, stick that out. I was putting it all back together. Okay, so all the parts are out now. You ready? Now there's a pin right here and a pin right here. These 2 pins, they kind of, they're like positioning pins for this module, and they catch. So once you got everything all ready and ready to, all the bolts, take it out, then those 2 pins kind of catch, and you got to wiggle it like that. Get it out of the hole in the door. Same with that one. It's a little finicky. Now screw something back together.
There's a white thing in the hole there.
Where?
Side hole over here.
This one?
Right up here.
Here?
The green. This hole here, there's a white thing there.
Yeah, that's okay. That's going to come with it. It comes like that. There we go. There. Yeah, okay, so, forgot one thing. Before you can move this too far, you got to release a couple of these harness clips. I released this one right here, and these two, one that go up to the mirror. Then you can get it out of the way. There we go. And it comes out like this. They don't want to come out now. Here we go. It's catching on the bottom.
It's reminding me of that window screen.
Oh yeah. There we go. Why is it catching on the bottom? Back. What a finicky thing. It's almost like I never had it out before.
That part.
What's that?
There's a part that's supposed to be an under. Maybe that's
Yeah.
binding it.
I'm trying to get the bottom unclipped there. Right there. Okay, so I'm going to put that back in there. Oh man, I should have left well enough alone.
Did we stop the video?
Okay.
To cut and paste it so it looks like you did it perfectly.
Okay, so the trick is to get the bottom pulled out enough at the start, out enough so then the whole door can drop, or the module. If you don't get the bottom out first, you don't get anywhere. And make sure that whole door latch part is unobstructed. There it comes. So, for the door lock solenoid, it's this whole module. Probably when you buy it, it's this, but not this. This part here stays. Got a little cable in there that attaches. This part here moves when you pull the whole door handle, and it lifts up a cable. But everything's in there, even the solenoid. So I can't just replace the solenoid. It looks like I gotta replace that whole module, and that's about $100. And then that's got to go all the way up into here, so it comes with cables, it looks like. Goes into this thing here. Okay, so put it back together. Put that back in there first. Put the top parts in first. Like that. Get the locating pins in the right place. Make sure the door's latch is going in there in the right place, like that. Next. He's catching there, that bolt was catching. Place, except that's not quite in place. It's catching on something right there. Like that. Looks like it's in the right place now.
You put a screw in.
Yeah, I was going to get you to do that. Okay, so to get that on right, get the latch close, put a screw in. Have a helper help you with that. Make sure this screw here isn't catching. If it's catching, you know, that'll hold it back too. And then this here, well, that's not in position there. That's got to go in position somehow. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. And then just put it all back together. Okay.
Done?
Done.